Well, let's get talking to the management of State Bank of Mysore, which has cut their base rates by 10 basis points effective today. It was announced last evening. Mr. Sharma, the MD of State Bank of Mysore, now joins in on the phone line. Hi, Mr. Sharma. Thank you very much for joining in. Can you now tell us what your cost of funds are currently at, and how much have your cumulative lending rate cuts been in 2015?
2015 May we reduced the base rate from 10.25% to 10%, and now by 10 basis points. So cumulatively, April onwards, we reduce it by 35 basis points, and that is more or less in line with our reduction in the cost of funds. Because though the Reserve Bank has reduced their rates by a higher margin, but we see our depositors moving up into the higher bucket, and I mean the sense is that interest rates are going to go down. So from the shorter maturities, they are coming up on the longer ones.
Okay, Mr. Sharma, good morning. So this move would be margin neutral?
Would be margin neutral, and we'll review the position again after the credit policy comes out on 29th.
Okay. Sir, how much more of space do you have to pass on lending rate cuts? Because out of this 35 basis points incrementally, say the RBI doesn't cut rates further on in 2015, how much more headroom do you have to pass on further lending rate cuts as of now?
Till now, this year I have not seen much of credit growth, but going off into the second half year, if the credit growth moves up, then my capacity to review the rates will improve.
Okay.
Okay. Mr. Sharma, so what kind of credit growth do you envisage going forward?
I think I'll take your guess, which will be as good as mine.
Any ballpark number?
We're looking at, say, anywhere between 12 to 14%. Let's see in the second half.
Okay, in the second half. Sir, can you tell us, in terms of credit growth, how is corporate versus retail doing at this point?
We're not seeing much of corporate. Actually, why I'm saying 12% is that the retail thing will come up. I mean, we have a strong market here. So the festival season coming up, so maybe people, housing loans, I mean, we see some softening of rates from the builders. Not in terms of the rack rates, but maybe in the terms which they are offering. So housing loans, car loans and other things. So retail, we see more of growth, and being optimistic to see if some growth happens on the corporate side.
Okay. Have you seen that incremental competition already seep in from the likes of HDFC Bank, which is now the lowest in the industry?
Yeah, of course. The two big players as far as the retail is concerned is HDFC and my parent bank, State Bank of India. So that competition is there, but we are holding our own in our market here.
Okay. And just a quick word, sir, in terms of the gross NPLs, how are you placed at this point in time? Standard question is, are they going to worsen from maybe the 4% mark that you recorded in the previous quarter? How would they possibly look and the trajectory?
June, we had negative growth actually in terms of credit. Yeah. So the NPA percentage, though not in absolute terms, but in percentage terms, it had inched up to about 4.21, 4.2. I see it at around the level at 4.25.
Okay. Any 525 which has been done in this quarter or SDR that you can talk about?
No, this quarter the 525 are in the works. Nothing has been concluded per se.
Okay. All right. Fair enough, Mr. Sharma. We leave it on that note. Thanks very much for joining in and speaking to us. So 9.9 is where the base rate for State Bank of Mysore stands at.